Good morning, Jim McKinnon, CEO, Money Management Inc. I want to tell you we had some good replies to our commentation on the Southern Baptist Convention and some of the problems they've been having. I saw in the paper today, and I think it said the Southern Baptist Convention has agreed to publish the names of the people that have been accused of sexual immorality, whatever you want to call it. And if that's true, I personally don't like that. I still believe that we're in a country where you're innocent until proven guilty, and if a person's name's put in there and later they're proved to be innocent, you ruin their career, you ruin their life. So I don't like that. Maybe I read it wrong, but if that's what the Southern Baptists did, that's another thing they're doing wrong, in my opinion. Okay. If you listen to the news, if you read the paper, you have to know about what happened in Texas. 19 kids killed 2 teachers. I mean, that, I was sitting there listening to that and tears rolling down my cheeks. I can't imagine the grief that these parents are going through. You send a kid to school thinking they're safe and they don't come home. And, then I see the president on there, and of course, he's saying, using it for political purposes, this is a good reason to get gun control. And then there's a senator that gets up in front of the Senate and says, we have failed, we have failed, we have failed these kids. There are 19 kids dead because we don't act, because the gun control lobbyists are too strong. Let me remind you of a couple of things. Number one, the tightest gun controls in the United States are in Chicago, the murder capital of the world. So tell me how gun control that doesn't work in Chicago, how's it going to work in the rest of the United States? Perfect example. New York has some of the tightest gun control. Also some of the biggest most murders per capita. Folks, the only thing that's going to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. And to take away the guns of the good guys, I mean, that's about the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And for the president and the Senate to use 19 dead children for political reasons, I think is terrible. I think we ought to impeach them all. Absolutely terrible. That will not work. What will work? I don't know. I really don't know. But many years ago, when this first started happening, we discussed arming the principals. And we even tried doing that. And the principals stood up and said, look, I'm an educator. I'm not a policeman. And I agree with that. I have no problem with that. But why couldn't we hire retired policemen, retired military, to sit in the schools armed? The people that come to schools and churches and kill people are cowards. They know they're not going to incur anybody with a gun. So they just go in, shoot everybody they want to, and then get out before anybody can get to them. If they knew there was an armed person and the only way to get into the school is through the front door, everything else is locked, they might think twice before they came in. If somebody comes in a trench coat, boy, the hair on my neck would stand up. I would point the gun at him and say, open your trench coat up, put your hands up, get on the floor. Worst thing's going to happen, he's going to, get mad at you because you accused him of doing something and he doesn't have any gun. What if he does have guns? See, that to me is the answer. That's so simple. But Biden says, oh, just get rid of all the guns and we won't have that problem. Baloney. When guns are outlawed, only the outlaws will have guns. My heart goes out to those people. I can't imagine what they're feeling, the mothers, the grandmothers, the great-grandparents. I've got a 12-year-old still in school. He's got a couple of years to go. I can imagine that could be him. I've got a 2.5-year-old, start school in about 3 years. Do I want to have to worry about him going to school? Is he going to come home? Because our politicians are too stupid to do the right thing. Take away the guns. Well, and I have to give you full, yes, I am a life member of the NRA. Yes, I do have an enhanced concealed carry permit that I've had for about 10 years that I had to qualify for. I think you can get them in the mail now. I had to go through a half-a-day class taught by Dustin Bearfield. Phenomenal lawman, phenomenal teacher. And then we had to go to the shooting range and prove that you were proficient in shooting at different targets at different lengths, and then you had to reload it. We had to qualify. We just didn't say, hey, I want to conceal carry, and they gave it. That didn't happen. I'd like to see it go back to that. But folks, we got to wake up and smell the coffee. You know, I just don't know what else to say about 19 kids that are dead and 2 teachers. You know, it's going to happen again unless we wake up. And it's not taking the guns away, it's putting armed people in the schools ready to confront those people when they walk through the front door. That's what's got to happen. Hey, thanks for watching. That just